During his peak years of performance, Phil Taylor, who is a 16-time world champion, spent the minutes after the turn of the new year on a practice board. On New Year's Eve, Taylor had a superstition that he had to hit 2 180s before he went to bed. Taylor stated that he was not sure why he first rang in the new year on the practice board, but that it went back to when he first met Eric Bristow in 1988. He said that it sometimes took him half an hour to do it, but he kept doing it as he felt that it was a good luck charm. This came from the fact that he didn't do it for a couple of years, and he didn't win the world championship in these years. Taylor said this in an interview in 2009, and after returning to the ritual, he won his first world title for 3 years. Taylor had another routine which he did in most of his matches, which saw him rub his fingers on some chalk that he stored in his case, increasing his grip. However, Paul Nicholson feels that Taylor did this to keep preoccupied when his opponent was throwing, keeping him composed and in a calm rhythm. Keith Deller, who won the 1983 World Championship, also used chalk, and it was seen to an extreme degree during many of his matches, where his darts were visibly covered in dust, and the board was left with white marks. Deller began using chalk in the early 90s and knew that it annoyed the other players. Mensur Suljovic also used chalk during his games. Robert Thornton, who is a 2-time major winner in the PDC, had a ritual of bringing a teddy bear in his pocket onto the stage. The teddy was given to him by his granddaughter, and in an interview he said that he took the bear on stage for his grandkids and that the teddy kept him happy.
And who's this little fellow?
This is my best granddad, Teddy. My granddaughter got me that one just after she was born. The flats, oh yeah, they won at the World Championship, she got me. And that's more famous than I am. Everybody asks me that when I go to exhibitions. Where's the teddy?
Thornton forgot to take his teddy in his suitcase when playing in the 2022 World Seniors Qualifier, which he won, but stated that it will be making a return.
Well, back to the seniors, and I have to ask this as I was watching the final on Sunday night with my nan, who's a big darts fan. She wanted to know why you didn't have the teddy with you on the stage.
Believe it or not, I thought he was in my suitcase and he's not. I actually left him at home. I was absolutely gutted. But trust me, the teddy will be back on tour. That's not the first time I've been asked that this week, trust me.
Well, hopefully the teddy can make a return sometime later this year.
Thornton took a towel onto the stage that was given to him by his daughter and a lighter that his grandkids gave him. He joked that he would have to start taking a bag onto the stage to carry these gifts. Thornton also folded this towel up in a certain way as part of a ritual and got annoyed when other players tried to mess this up. James Wade, who has won 11 PDC majors, once told Paul Nicholson that he refused to play darts in shoes that cost under £200, and whenever he plays it is clear to see that he has a refined taste in footwear.
Arguably, the most impressive thing about you tonight, apart from the result, was your shoes. They are some pair of shoes you've got. Are they your new lucky charm, these brogues?
No, once you have a bit of class, you've got to show a bit of class, and that's what I've always done. So
Simon Whitlock, who has won the European Championship and World Cup, used to only wear the same design of cheap, chunky Nike trainers, which he found very comfortable. These were allowed within the rules as they were fully black, but one of them started to tear after his first major win, forcing him to switch to his backup pair. He then went to the shops to find the exact same pair, but found out that Nike stopped making them. Simon was forced to stop wearing these shoes that he was obsessed with, and it took his over a year to find another pair that he found as comfortable. Fallon Sherrock, who had a great run at the 2020 PDC World Championship, had the same meal at famous UK restaurant Nando's before every game at this event. Ahead of her match against Chris Dobie, Fallon stated that her schedule would be exactly the same as her last 2 matches, having a Nando's, which is her ideal pre-match meal. She has butterfly chicken, mash, and coleslaw. And she sticks to it and calls it a winning meal. Ahead of her match against Ted Evans, Sherrock tweeted Nando's, to which they replied saying good luck and saying that she would do well. She later replied saying that they were right. Sherrock also has many other superstitions. If she uses a toilet cubicle and wins a game, she has to keep using that toilet. She has to wear the same shoes, and if she breaks them, she has to go to the same shop and get the same pair. She also has to wear certain trousers, and if she wins a game, she keeps the hairstyle she had for the next game. Mervin King, who is a 7-time PDC major finalist, always takes a minimum of 6 pre-made sets of darts with him to tournaments, which already have all the stems and flights attached. Whilst all the sets look similar, they have slight differences, and if King is not playing well enough with one set, he chooses to switch to one of the other sets. This is in contrast to the set of darts which Michael van Gerwen used to use, which he used for around 10 years. He never even changed to darts that were the same model, as he had so much success with his old set that he chose to keep using them. He eventually switched after signing a deal with Winmore that meant he had 2. Van Gerwen now regularly changes sets, but uses the same design, after adjusting to them after a poor run of form by his high standards when he first made the switch. Van Gerwen, who is a 3-time world champion, has another superstition which he still uses. Whilst he used to flick his hand with his watch and crack his fingers, he now pulls up his socks regularly. He has stated that he doesn't know why he does it, but that it sometimes helps so he cannot complain. Van Gerwen thinks that it helps his focus. The sock pulling has become a meme. Paul Nicholson had several food rituals and always ate a specific cereal bar at exactly 10:17 a.m. on the day of every tournament he played in. He was naturally doing this without realizing, but after being informed, he made sure to keep doing it. Kevin Painter had a different food superstition, as one day when he played well he realized that he had not had breakfast. After this day, Painter never had breakfast on the day of tournaments.